Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Ripping On. Tonight, we will be looking at the Netflix movie Blood Red Sky. As promised, it was suggested to me by my little brother, so I will be taking a look at it and we'll hop right into it. I have nothing to complain about for the first 5 minutes of the movie. We start off with a terrorist situation on a plane, apparently. The movie starts off fairly well. There's not much information about the world. There's not much information about the situation that we were given, but that's the first 5 minutes. And so far, I'm captivated. I'm intrigued by what's going on. I'm expecting something interesting to happen within the next 5 minutes, but so far, so good. I'm liking it. All right, so the movie continues, and we finally see the scene that causes the onboard terrorists for the plane. It goes down pretty smooth. It seems fairly reasonable. I'm still again okay with the movie. So far everything is playing out pretty smoothly. No real concerns yet. So let's keep going. At the beginning, I was concerned a little bit because there wasn't any information on the mom, but it seemed like she had some kind of sickness of some sort. But now it seems like she has some kind of heightened sense when it comes to blood or something of the sort. And yeah. So that could be interesting. Okay, thanks to the flashbacks that we get from the mom during this whole entire altercation with the flight, we're able to understand that she encounters either a zombie or a vampire. But I think from the little snippet that I saw of the face of the creature, it seems like a vampire. So, and basically from her reaction to light, I'm assuming it's a vampire. Mm. Now, that is going to be interesting because we saw that she's shot on the plane and she's still alive. So this is going to turn into something interesting, hopefully. All right. So I didn't realize it up until now, until I saw the badass boss of their group, of the terrorist group, and it's the guy from Prison Break. And the way he executed one of the passengers was kind of good because it actually shows and portrays the real evil. I can't even say evil, but the real I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Maybe I can't think of the word at the moment, but basically how badass he is as a bad guy or a bad character or something of the sort. Or yeah, it's well done. It was cold. It was just without even thinking twice. It was just boom. I loved it. It's good. It's good. So far, I have no complaints about anything that's happening. I love that the mom is vampire-ish, so it's great. All right. The escalation when it comes to this movie is pretty smooth. I like it. Uh, basically, these guys were planning on jumping out of the plane, and the psychopath in their group realizes that the woman that he killed isn't dead, and now everything just went to shit. And I'm loving it. I'm loving how this movie plays out. It's so far pretty good. Pretty mellow. It's a new concept, being trapped in a metal can with a vampire. I'm loving it. Ooh. Wow. Wow. So far, yet again, another good movie. I'm calling it a good movie for the moment, up until what I've seen. So far, the mere fact that everything's gone to shit and the psychopath managed to get her blood, the vampire's blood, and is now injecting it into himself to become a vampire. This is very different from what I expected this movie was going to be. But so far so good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. This movie is good. So far the plots and twists and all that kind of stuff, it's in line with what you would expect on a plane, you know? So far I'm pretty pleased with this movie. It's quite enjoyable. So yeah. So far I haven't found anything that I want to rip on, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but still, fairly good movie. So I've just finished the movie, and I am pretty impressed with the movie. It's well done, actually. I found like how it plays out was reasonable. I found the action was reasonable. I do have to question though with the guns on the plane because I don't think air marshals are allowed having guns per se with actual bullets, but that I'll let slide. Other than that, all the interactions, all the scenes, all played out fairly reasonably, especially when you're dealing with vampires and stuff like that, and a highly contagious version of vampire spread, or yeah, I guess you want to call it that. So far, everything was pretty reasonable. I have almost zero qualms with the movie. It just went smoothly. It was an enjoyable watch. So yeah, another rare gem that I probably wouldn't have looked at, and thanks to the advice of my little brother, I ended up watching it. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Plays up pretty well. I'm quite impressed. So my personal verdict for this would be, I would say an 8.5 out of 10. For the average viewer, here's the thing. I believe that majority of people who have been exposed to vampire movies or the typical vampire movies or TV series would probably not really enjoy this movie, so they might give it a 6 to 7 out of 10. Now, I personally think they would be wrong, but I mean, it really depends because the idea of a vampire being all sleek and not well mannered or like highly intelligent and all that kind of stuff. Like that's what most people expect from vampires, and not the turnaround where a vampire is, as you want to call it, like a werewolf. Uncontrolled, unkempt, and all that kind of stuff, and just a berserker in some way. So I would think people would have issues with that, but in the end, it plays out really well. Like this was a really well done movie. The script was done well, the scenes were done well, and it just turned out to be really good. And I'm quite happy that I enjoyed it. So yeah. I will probably do another movie today, but it's uncertain yet. But if I do, look forward to it. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Ripping On.